Hello and welcome to Life After Narc. I'm Paula. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. And if you're new and you like this video, please subscribe. Why is the narcissist spying on you? That is the name of this video. And if you have broken up with the narcissist and you have gone no contact, you would be wondering, why would the narcissist be spying on you, the former victim? And the reason the narcissist would be spying on the former victim would not be the same reasons why a former victim might spy on the narcissist. And I'm going to give you 6 reasons why the narcissist might spy on their former victims. Now, victims would also potentially spy on the narcissist, and there's mainly 2 reasons why they would do that, and mostly mainly 1 reason, and that is the trauma bonding. They have not broken the trauma bond yet, and so they feel compelled because of that bond to check up on the narcissist because it leaves such a huge void when they break up. And the second reason they might be wanting to check in is if they still have a lot of residual anger from this breakup. They want to see if the narcissist has received their karma yet. But now I'm going to get into the 6 reasons why the narcissist might be spying on their former victims. And the first reason is because of the way narcissists think, which are that everything and everyone is not a person but an object. So their former victims are all objects or possessions that they once owned. So once they've owned you, or you were their object, you are still always in their mind a piece of property that they once owned. So they might periodically spy on you to check on their property that they had owned. So that is the first reason why that they might be checking up on you. The second reason is they are looking to see if you are doing poorly, especially if they're along the malignant or sociopathic line. They are hoping that you don't have a new love interest yet and that you are doing badly. They're hoping that all their devaluation and their put downs and their injuries of you, that they did a sufficient job of injuring you. And if they did and you were doing poorly, that will give them some narcissistic supply. So if they spy on you and see that you're not doing well, that gives them sadistic pleasure and a narcissistic supply. And if they can possibly get through to you through some of flying monkeys or some other shared source to try to get some kind of messages through to you to inflict more wounds and pain on you, then they might just try to do that because that gives them more continued supply just out of their boredom or their narcissistic pleasure that they get, depending on how sadistic the person is. The third reason they might do that is they've got a new supply, but they might be checking in on you just so they can use you as a source of triangulation with their new supply, because triangulation is one of the names of the game, because they might already be on to devaluing their new supply And so they could be seeing what's going on in your life and using that with their new supply just to cause a problem. The fourth reason that the narcissist might be spying on you is because they might have broken up with the new supply, or be having problems, or they are low on a fuel source and they haven't secured a new fuel source yet. So they're looking to see if you are a possibility to reignite as a fuel source for them. So for a possible Hoover. So that is another reason why they would be spying on you, to be looking to do a potential Hoover on you. And a fifth reason that they could be spying on you is because you have to remember that narcissists are full of envy. So they'll be spying on you just to see what you are doing, because what if you're doing well? And they want to see that, and that is going to bother them. They're going to be full of envy. And if you have a new love interest, then they will start comparing themselves to that love interest. But of course, they will find flaws with that love interest and probably say how much superior they are to your new love interest, to tell everyone around them and hold that person in contempt. Because I'm sure maybe if you think back to when you were with the narcissist, what were they saying about their exes? Not just their exes per se, but their exes' new love interests. Were they saying how superior they were to their ex's new love interests? Because generally they like to think they're better than all those people too. And the sixth reason is they want to see, in case you've come into money or some other kind of assets, that again, maybe that's something that they will want to try to swoop in there again and try to secure that if there's any way they can. Or else they're going to be really full of anger and envy if you have come into some money. This is going to really bother them. So they're going to be checking that too, because they are jealous, envious. So they're going to be following up for sure. So it's not kind of the reasons maybe you would be hoping, and it's not the way you're thinking. Might have been thinking that a normal person, which would be, wow, I let this wonderful person go. I realized what a horrible mistake I made. That's not how narcissists think or operate. So anyway, I would love to hear from you, and if you think that your narcissistic ex has been spying on you, or if you've had any evidence of them spying on you, or they're flying monkeys or anything like that, trying to contact you, or like weird little strange people trying to infiltrate your social media or other things that seem a little suspicious. So anyway,